Shalom. The parashat this Shabbat is parashat Korah. From the name, we know that the majority of the parashat talks about the revolution, the argument that Korah had instigated against Moshe and Aharon. He wanted to be the Kohen Gadol. He was not happy with the assignment that Moshe did, of course, with the direction of Hashem, for the leadership position in the Jewish people. And he was charismatic. He was demagogue, we should say, that he was able to have a lot of people supporting him. In fact, they said that all the Sanhedrin, they were with him, and a lot of people, at least 250, and other people. So it is a good idea to talk about the issue of mahloket, arguing and fighting, and the value of shalom in this parasha. We have few questions that we need to address. Number one, is instigating and maintaining an argument, is it a negative commandment? Mizvat lo ta'aseh? The reason we say that is that some people say that somebody should distance himself from arguing and instigating mahloket, and they support that that this is a biblical commandment. Number two, if somebody is right in an argument, usually one person is more right than the other. Is the one who is right, who is the justice and the emet is with him, should he refrain from arguing, even though if the issue is his own interest? Number three, they say also that kol mahloket shel Shem Shamayim סופה להתקיים, איזו מחלוקת לשם שמיים? This is of Hillel and Shammai, מחלוקת בין Hillel and Shammai, and the one that is not סופה להתקיים, like the מחלוקת of korah ועדתו. So how can we determine if an argument is לשם שמיים or not? And sometimes argument is obligatory. In fact, Moshe here in this parasha, he yatzami gidro. I mean, he was like not Moshe himself. We do know that he is always, no matter, even after the Egel, after every problem that the Jews cause, he was instrumental in appeasing Hashem and ask for mercy, except here, that we will see later on. And and then we're gonna talk about few things that hopefully, if we think about them in a rational way, that will decrease the chances of arguing. Now, is it biblical commandment? It is mahloket, but Harambam, for example, and the Meiri, which is he was one of the Rishonim, really, because he was in 13th century in Provence in France. Both of them think that it is really not a biblical commandment. It is asmachta. When we say don't be like Korah and his assembly, it is asmachta, it's not commanded. It's not recommended for somebody to argue. Similar to that, I refer that to Rad. When we say that somebody has to preserve his health, they say I mentioned before that it is really not the biblical commandment. From that particular one, it is related more from Va'asita ma'akel legagecha, that you should do fence to your roof, rather than, but it is asmachta, and they use it, and it is okay. Ramban, however, he says that that if somebody argue about the priesthood, about the kohuna, it is a biblical commandment not to do that. And however, there is Rabbeinu Yonah, also from the Rishonim, and he was contemporary of Rambam. He thinks that it is a biblical commandment, that we should not initiate and we should not maintain an argument. So here we can, in any way, everyone is in agreement. It is not something that we should pursue. Everyone is in agreement that if we can help it, we should shy away and distance ourselves from it as much as we can. Now, what argument is L'Shem Shamayim? They say that Mahloket Bet Shammai and Bet Hillel is L'Shem Shamayim. So now, and there are people who say that in reality that only this mahloket is L'Shem Shamayim. All other mahlokot, all other arguments and fighting is not L'Shem Shamayim. And you know what? I thought about it hard. That in many of the arguments that I am involved with, and there is no one who is not involved in any disagreement or halufei de'ot with each other, because or say shalom b'romab, only in heavens there is shalom. On earth there is always people who have different opinion, and it is okay as long as it is kept in check. That in many, in fact, probably all the argument that I was involved and I am involved in, and all halufei de'ot, there is personal issue. There is no question. So the point is try to understand the other party and try to keep a lid on the amount, on the fire of the argument, so it doesn't go out of control and do a lot of damage. Because they say that every house or every town and city that there is argument in it, at the end it's gonna be destroyed. So only Shammai. And how do we know really? We know that Bet Shammai and Bet Hillel, outside the argument that they had about explaining the Torah, they were friends. In fact, the children of Hillel married the children of Shammai, and vice versa. After they finished, they went, they ate together, they celebrated together. But when it comes to Beit HaMidrash, they had this discrepancy and difference in opinions. And they say that Hashem really orchestrated that to explain and to bring out the different opinions of the Torah. So this is indeed mahloket L'Shem Shamayim. All others are not. So any argument that we have among each other, there is an element that is not L'Shem Shamayim. We have to point out to identify that, and when we do that, it will be much easier to control the flames of the argument. Now, in sometimes argument is necessary. It has to be L'Shem Shamayim. Like here in Moshe and Korah, we never saw Moshe like that. That he says in this that if they die like any other person, Hashem b'tahat aris et piha and v'tiblau d'Elohim lo Hashem shelachani. He did at the he realized that he is not the problem, not the issue. Moshe and Aharon, he would give million times. He told him, erase my name. He said also, Moshe ve'elef Moshe ve'lo tzipor shel echad min Israel, and not the nail of somebody, a Jewish person, will be damaged. he is we talked about him, that he was meek, he was tolerant. In here he realized that they are out to destroy whole Judaism. They are out to say that Hashem, that Moshe is doing everything from his mind, not from Hashem. And it says also that that means that the entire Torah is not from Hashem, it is from Moshe. He can't be quiet on that. And in fact, in those instances, somebody has to argue. It is an obligatory. They mentioned that the Hafetz Haim, they had the meeting of Agudat Israel, the first one in Vienna, at the beginning of the 20th century. I forgot what year, 1903, 1905. Anyway, there were people that they were against the Rav Kook, who was the chief rabbi of Israel, and he was the pioneer of integrating Zionism and Judaism together. And he did a marvelous job to encourage Bniyat Eretz Israel. Unbelievable, very. And some people went against him that he's helping establishing the state of Israel. He was very much against them. In fact, he left that meeting. He went to the hotel, and he said that he will not say shalom to anyone who he described Rab Kook as kadosh, and he happened to be Kohen also, and he wanted that. So in sometimes it is an obligatory to fight. So here we see also from the argument of the, especially it pains us that when people are in high positions like rabbis, members of committees, members of the Jewish Congress, when they fight with each other, Hashem doesn't look kindly at that argument at all. We know that from the Talmidim of Rabbi Akiva. We do know that the 24,000 of them died within 3 weeks period, within 4 weeks period, 4 or 5 weeks, 33 days. And the question is, when did we see that if somebody did not respect the other, is Hayav Mita? We didn't. But because here there is an element of Halul Hashem, they died. And what is interesting here that there is more than likely that one of them was more right than the other. So what's the other one did? We see when the mahloket comes, it takes out everyone. And there is the story from the Nevi'im about that, about one of the king of Israel and Abiyam, that both of them were punished. So now, from here we can see that mahloket is very good. On the other hand, shalom is very important. In fact, one of the shemot of Hashem, one of the names of God is shalom. We see that from story of Gideon, when he was he was preparing to wage a war on the Midianite, that they used to come and take the harvest of the Jews every year. He built Mizbeah, he built an altar, and he called him Mizbeah Hashem Shalom. He called Hashem Shalom. The other thing is that it is the only mitzvah, the only thing that it says Bakesh Shalom Vortfeu, that we are not obligated to run after mitzvot. But here it says Bakesh Shalom Vortfeu. And what is interesting is that we always attribute not speaking English long life. The next pasuk is Sur Merab Asito Bakesh Shalom Vortfeu. That if somebody does shalom, we do know that he lives long. And in fact, one of the rabbis of the Gemara, who lived long time, he was asked why, how do you attribute your long life? He told them that I never I let go. So this is one of the rewards that we take from pursuing shalom in this olam. Of course, in addition to olam abba. Aharon, Hillel said in Pirkei Avot that we just finished reading a couple of weeks ago. It says here, מתלמידיו של אהרון הכהן, אוהב שלום ורודף שלום, ושלום קריבם לתורה, that Aharon was also one of those people that he was רודף שלום. And next week we're going to read in next parasha that Aharon passed away, and that כל בית ישראל 30 יום, that everyone cried for him. Contrast that with when Moshe Rabbeinu died, he says it didn't say Kol Bnei Israel. They say, the rabbi, the Mefarshim say that in Moshe only the Zecharim, only the male cried for him. Here the Zecharim and the Nekavot, the male and the females, because he was trying also to mend fences between husband and wife, and that is why that's why when he passed away, everyone felt the vacuum that he left behind. We do know also that Hashem, that there is no vessel that will contain blessing as much as the shalom. We just in Parashat Naso, we said we read Birkat HaKohanim. It ends V'yasem lecha shalom. That when also in Bechkotai Telechu, we say that V'natatei shalom ba'aretz, and Rashi says that im en shalom en klum. If there is no peace, there is nothing. Everything else is not important. We do know, we said in Parashat Sotah, we read not long time ago, that how Hashem allowed his name to be erased because to have shalom bayit. We do know the Mishnayot, the last Mishnah, Hashem Ozdamoteh on never tamo shalom. In Birkat HaMazon we say Todam Oseh Shalom B'Noav U'Yaseh Shalom Al Israel. When we finish the Amidah, HaMeberech Tamo Israel B'Shalom. We can see here how important the Shalom, and the rewards are personal and on national level, because Hashem did not give us the Torah until V'yihan Shamsa Leb Echad Ish Echad Lev Echad, that we were like one person and with one heart, with one goal, that is to receive the Torah. Incidentally, I was listening to a tape from Rabbi Meir Goldwicht. He did say that he contrasted that Rashi with Rashi that he mentioned when the Egyptians were pursuing the Jews. Rashi said that Mitzrayim lev echad ish echad. He said that the first thing is that they had one goal. One goal is to return the Jews back to Egypt and to take back the money that they have, and to enslave them again. And then that goal is made them one person. Contrast that with the Jews, that we were first one. We felt that we are together, and then after that the Lev Echad. Also in Vezot HaBeracha, Shvar Moshe Israel, ויהי בשום מלך בהתאסף ראשי העם יחד שבטי ישראל. That what Hashem is the Melech, and the beracha will be in us only when we are together. So from here we can see that like we said, in ein shalom ein klum. If somebody slighted you, let go, and that will cause long life. It will cause happy life. We hope from Hashem that He will give us the wisdom and arichut apayim to be able to understand and appreciate the value of the shalom. Shalom.